A hotel building boom is the most visible sign of the health of our region's hospitality industry. Pittsburgh boasts one of the highest hotel occupancy rates among its peers, with rates to match these days. And an increasing number of visitors are turning up throughout the region. Visit Pittsburgh recently tallied it all up at its annual meeting. And Craig Davis is back with us. He's the president and CEO of Visit Pittsburgh. Welcome. Good to have you back.
Thank you, Bill. Great to be back.
Yeah, these are good times. It's like Pittsburgh, our region, turning into something of a hospitality destination.
Yeah, you know, you would be surprised to know that the region in last year, and these are 2012 statistics, the hospitality business accounted for $5.5 billion worth of direct spending. So it's one of our
That's direct spending.
It is.
So $5.5 billion, and that means since they're visitors, the money's kind of coming into the region from someplace else.
You're right. That's the best kind of money to have, other people's money. And they come in, they spend more than the average person, and then they leave and say great things about the city. So it's a great thing for us to have, and it keeps increasing at very big rates every year.
And that's got to support an awful lot of jobs.
It does. There's the direct jobs that are associated with that are 39,000, which puts us, by our last count, as the fourth biggest sector of employment in Allegheny County. Now, who would have thought that tourism belongs in the same conversation as energy, eds and meds, education, and it can only go better.
So what's driving this? Because it does, I mean, Pittsburghers always are a little surprised, and we know people stop over for a night on their way somewhere else, but I don't think folks here really tend to think of ourselves as a destination. So what's happening here? What's been happening?
Well, the great thing is that it's just not one thing, is that we have a bunch of different irons and a bunch of different fires. But certainly the Marcellus Shale boom has helped us tremendously. The business of Marcellus Shale is being done in Pittsburgh proper, a lot of associated room nights, and thankfully we are in a destination that has a lot of very just the business climate here is very positive. So a lot of visitation is associated, and these people are spending big money. They're staying in hotels that charge big rates. But aside from that, our convention center is one of the best in the country, easily for its size. And we're just a great drivable destination, so it's very easy to have a conference or a convention in Pittsburgh.
So the convention center, you think, is really holding up competitively in terms of the amount of traffic it's generating, the total attendance,
absolutely,
the spend associated with it?
It is. It is. It's the conventions alone last year sold were $200 million. And that's just the convention part of it. And then we have another business unit that what we do is we attract visitation, so individual tourists, and that is in the tens and tens and tens of millions of dollars as well. So it's big business for the region, and as I said to you, thankfully that we're not holding our, that not all of our things are in one basket. You know, we have a bunch of different market segments that are coming in that are helping to service us.
Well, and so that then must be why we see so many hotels either being built or buildings being rehabbed. It seems every time I turn around there's a new hotel project being talked about.
Yeah, you hear about that every time they announce some sort of project. There's always an associated hotel with it, which is, it's great news for the region. Right now, we have about 800 rooms that are going to come online in the next 3 years or so. The first one is going to be the Kimpton Hotel, which is in the old Reed Smith building, which is next to the William Penn Hotel. So that's the first one that will open up, and they're almost ready to go, and that's going to be a very interesting hotel. I highly suggest your viewers see it. And then after that, there are a number of different projects that are coming right downtown. So we're getting a lot of the hotels that, quite frankly, that the pent-up demand we deserve it.
Yeah, I think you have a chart that shows that if you look at our benchmark regions, sort of our competitive set, Pittsburgh tops the list right now.
Yeah, we're right now #1 for occupancy in our competitive set, and that competitive set is all the ones that you could probably rhyme off the top of your head back to me. It's Cleveland, Columbus, Charlotte, Indianapolis. I could go on and on, but it's the second tier Midwest to East Coast cities, and we do compete very highly against them.
So I guess we now have enough hotels, it seems, to at least put in a bid for the Democratic National Convention. There's been some talk about that in the last few weeks.
We do have enough hotels. In fact, we have enough hotels right now, but it'll make it even better if we decide to do that. And we're going along as if we're going to be pitching the DNC. And so we're working very closely with the city, with the county, and with the Allegheny Conference and other partners to see what the taste of it would be for this region. So we're a strong competitor.
Mega commitment, though, for the whole region, if indeed we had that opportunity. Just coming up this year, anything got you exciting that we should be spreading the word about for people to come visit Pittsburgh?
Well, our big summer event for conventions is going to be USA Gymnastics, and these are the elite gymnasts from around the country will be here. And in Olympic years, this is an Olympic qualifying event. It is the best of the best. And I was just told today that the ticket sales for this particular event have topped any other city before it. So Pittsburgh is really embracing it, and that's great news to hear. For us, if we have these successful events, we can go to the next sporting event and say, if you have it in Pittsburgh, you're going to break all your records. And a great example of that was the Frozen Four that took place here a couple of years ago. They broke all the attendance records and they ran out of alcohol.
Oh, whoa.
So
there's a sign of success. Only a few seconds left, but I got to ask you about the big salsa concert coming up in June.
Yep, El Gran Combo is coming here as far as the Jazz Live event that's taking place in June, and they are apparently supposed to be the Beatles of salsa music out of Puerto Rico. So we're expecting a lot of visitation to take place in keeping with them coming in.
Wow, Latin Americans, I understand, from all over this part of the United States, they pour into Pittsburgh for this.
That's what we want. The more the better.
Wow, Craig Davis from Visit Pittsburgh. Terrific to hear the results. Continued success. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Bill.
Yeah. And when we come back, a sneak peek of what's in store and what's inside the Andy Warhol Museum as it celebrates its 20th anniversary. Stay with us.